Joined here today by Constable Dylan Schellenberg with the Lloydminster RCMP. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, now we're talking today because this week you're hosting two self-defense classes for women. And to start off, can we talk about why you're hosting these classes or why you decided to hold these classes for women?
Yeah, so I mean, the big thing is I'm a relatively new member to the RCMP, new to Lloydminster. Um, we do have these projects where they're basically to get involved in within the community. Um, and I was just thinking, like, for myself, best way for me to engage with the community, be able to share some knowledge and everything with my martial arts background, with how much I enjoy training and teaching people and showing things, was the best way for me to reach out and possibly get some interest. So I came up with the idea to do some women's self-defense classes, offer them for free, um, and just amazing response for how many people. And I feel bad because I wasn't able to accommodate how many people reached out. So I will be, in the future adding more classes and looking at doing things on like a semi-regular basis, depending on how much more interest there is. Um, but for me to engage with the community in a way that I enjoy and I have fun and something that I have knowledge in, I just thought that was going to be the best way to get out there, meet people in the community, be able to teach them things like all at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there's something special about women's self-defense classes because, as women, especially smaller ones like myself, it is scary being outside by yourself or going out on your own. So having those tools to be able to defend ourselves, it is not surprising the amount of overwhelming response that you got for these classes. Now, we did say that they're both full this week, but the first one did take place on Tuesday. What was the response that you got from the women who did take part in the class?
From what I could see, it was a very positive response. Everyone was engaged. Everyone was eager to learn. Tons of questions that everyone had. Um, it gets difficult at times because there is so many questions and everything, and you're trying to answer everything. So that was definitely new to me, and just a couple really good questions, and figuring out a good response to that. But I mean, the big thing besides teaching skills is just like my main focus was like awareness and confidence, right? So being able to show that confidence, like say when you're walking down the street, um, being aware of what's going on, those things in themselves can deter something from happening and let people know, hey, I'm aware, I see you there. If somebody was in that position, and that can be enough just to have someone just move along and you're good. And then if it gets anything further, just providing some tools and some aspects onto how to defend yourself and be able to get out of there, as well as making other people around aware too what might be happening.
Yes, that's incredible and definitely something very, very important for not only women to learn, but even kids or teenagers too when they are getting up to adult. And this class is for women 16 and up. So this is perfect for those youth women who are getting up there and about to enter the world after high school. So that's amazing. And with this huge and positive response, you mentioned it in a little earlier, but the plans to continue these classes, can you give me a little bit more info on your plans to continue, or like you said, hopefully making it a semi-regular thing?
Right now it's like again, like I wasn't sure what the response I was going to get from the community, but because of such the positive response and the demand for it, doing this on a semi-regular basis to again boost that confidence and help women out and give them that confidence that they need, to be able to do that and offer that. So looking at the future, if I can, if I'm able to put it on like every few months, um, and right now I'm just looking at with how many people I had interested posted in the first go. Um, I just feel like I'm letting people down if I don't do a bit more because there's so much interest, right?
Mhm. Yes, for sure. And I'm sure those women are also very happy that there is something offered like this here in the border city too. It kind of gives them almost this breath of relief because they have someone like you who is part of the RCMP going out of their way to teach them some tools that they need, like you said, for confidence to be out on their own. I think that's very important. Now, I know you don't have anything concrete yet for continuing, but when there is more information and more news about these classes, where can women look for more information, or where should they keep an eye out for any incoming information?
Right. So the very first place I would say would be on our Facebook page for the Lloydminster RCMP. Um, that is going to probably be the most consistent, as well as letting media outlets know, be like sending it out and being like, hey, can you guys get this out there so we can reach more people? But the number one place I would say would be the RCMP Facebook page, um, because it's easier for us to get it out there versus um, sending it out and maybe waiting, and there's other things going on before it can get out and people are aware of it. So that would be the number one place I would say to, you know, like that page, follow that page, and look for some upcoming dates.
Wonderful. Well, it was great talking with you about this. I'm sure, again, like I said, this is going to help a lot of women out. Just to even just at the end of the day, feeling confident in themselves to be going outside because it is scary sometimes. So it's amazing to have these classes and someone like you to teach those classes and give that advice. So thank you for joining me. And in the future, once you have concrete plans, we'll definitely talk again and get the word out. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.